Remember being back in college and you go to a keg party and the next day there's some horror story about a kid who blacked out? Well, today, for too many college students, blacking out is the goal. And to get there faster, they've come up with drinking games you'd almost have to be drunk to appreciate. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? You might not want to know. They could be lining up for a wild traveling circus known as a blackout party. A raucous techno concert notorious for the scandalous outfits and sometimes debaucherous behavior of its young guests. Some of whom are already liquored up before the doors even open.
Those bottles!
Those bottles of what?
Vodka!
At blackout tour stops, alcohol poisoning and drunken disorderly arrests have been as common as empty beer cans at a frat party.
Police say 6 people were arrested after
Montclair, New Jersey was a particularly rambunctious night.
At least 20 people had to be hospitalized, most of them for alcohol poisoning.
In Chicago, in the span of 90 minutes, we saw this young man fall on his face. Some kids get ejected before the party even starts. And this young guy got carted off in an ambulance after he was discovered passed out on the sidewalk.
I think a lot of people are showing up to these parties already have these behaviors in place. They're already drinking explicitly to get drunk.
Corin Zalkus would know. Her high school and college years were soaked in booze. She chronicled what she could remember about those years in her best-selling cautionary tale, Smashed, and its 2010 follow-up, Fury.
I did terrible things in a blackout. I vandalized property. I certainly had unplanned sexual encounters.
Students majoring in alcohol is at least as old as Animal House.
I needed that.
But Zalkus says the blackout tour is emblematic of how some of today's young partiers regard binging and blacking out. It's not a problem. It's the whole point.
This guy's already blackout. Already. He's already blackout. This girl is done. Let's make it official.
Blackouts are even celebrated. Check out Katy Perry's hit, Last Friday Night.
It's a blacked out blur, but I'm pretty sure it rules.
There's not a stigma associated to blacking out anymore. The goal is to get as drunk as you can, as fast as you can.
I black out every single time I drink.
This group of teens in Tennessee, all of them binge drinkers now in court-ordered counseling, opened up about today's blackout culture.
I just thought of it as it was cool. Everybody's doing it. Why not do it too?
I killed a half a gallon my first time drinking.
I took alcohol to school. You would think the more you drank, the better you'd feel, and I would just drink more to try to feel better.
According to the CDC, 90% of alcohol consumed by underage kids is in the form of binge drinking.
My drink of choice, vodka, straight vodka.
For some kids, even pounding straight vodka is lame. Click over to YouTube and you'll find some real creative thinking on the best ways to get plastered.
In my vagina.
Beer not your thing? How about a vodka-soaked tampon?
Soaking them in liquor and shoving them?
So that the alcohol affects them quicker and harder.
And for the truly dedicated, eyeball shots. No pain, no gain.
The few people I managed to find who had done them or knew people who had done them said it burns.
These kids also mentioned a popular trend, booze-infused gummy bears.
I took them to school and ate them.
It gets you drunk?
Yes, it does. It's like taking shots.
And Zalkus says the alcohol industry has noticed that many young drinkers have a sweet tooth. Take a look at this recent Smirnoff ad.
Vodka never felt this good.
New fluff marshmallow flavor and with cream flavor vodka.
I mean, those are definitely not for the adult palate, right? I mean, I think the alcohol industry knows what the scientific community knows. The younger you are when you have your first drink, the more likely you are to become an alcoholic later on down the road.
The Distilled Spirits Council denies Zalkus's accusations and told 2020 underage drinking is at historic lows. But that's the industry talking. The CDC says any decrease is insignificant. And for the SpongeBob set, kids like 13-year-old Xander Trop, getting alcohol has never been easier.
Hey.
No more persuading strangers outside a liquor store to make the buy for you.
Here's $20. You could keep the change. It's totally fine.
Just jump on eBay. Xander showed us how easy it is. 2 out of 3 vendors he tried sold him hard liquor for home delivery without any proof of age. To keep things legal, our producer actually paid for the bottles.
Well, all I had to do was type in vodka on the search bar, click one button, and it can send it to my house.
This violates their terms of use, but some individual sellers have found a loophole by listing the booze bottles as collectibles. Sure enough, weeks later, a box full of alcohol arrived at Xander's front door.
Bottle number 2.
In response to what we found, eBay sent word today that they're taking new steps to protect minors, removing all listings of beer and spirits from the site. After various alcohol-related arrests, probation, and for 18-year-old Danielle a stint in jail, these kids say they've learned their lesson the hard way.
I stopped drinking because I want to make something of myself. I have 3 little sisters, and I want to set a good example for them.
You do a lot of things that you'll end up regretting, and you may end up where you never thought you would end up.